Hey everyone, we're live with another Wicked Weekend podcast and joined by a couple awesome people here. I am one of your co-hosts for this fine event today. I'm Michael, one of the co-founders of Wicked Publishing, and we have with us Matt as well from Wicked Publishing. How's it going, Matt? Co-founder,
How's it
fellow
going,
co-founder.
everybody?
And of course, then we also have our creator with us, Scott. How's it going, Scott?
Good. Always glad to be back.
And then we should be joined by Matt Trin in a little bit as well, I believe. He should be jumping. He's running a little bit late, but no worries. He should be here shortly. But how's it going, guys? What you been up to?
I'll let you go ahead and start, Scott.
Oh, you want to just promoting Wrath, trying to get the content out there for 1 and 2, which you can pick up now from Wikid Publishing in digital and print. And
Playing
we had
that number 3.
yeah, planning on it. Well, we're working on it. Drew and I have been working on the script. Next step is to have her go out and kind of storyboard it out, figure out what panels work best on which page. Once that's done, we hand that over to Emilio, and then that's pretty much the bulk of the lifting from there on out is me and Emilio. Well, him doing the drawing, and then me kind of getting it the way I want to. What else did we do? And then there's that question you asked, and I was very cryptic about, and I've got some ideas to deal with that. So that might be one of my back burner projects.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make an announcement today.
Oh, and we were gonna do that too. Yeah.
At some point, we'll have to do that in a little bit here once people settle in.
But yeah,
So
it was about your what kind of superpower would you have? And I was like,
oh really?
this is what I would like. And then I started getting a bunch of story ideas.
That's pretty funny. I guess that's how that goes sometimes, isn't it? What was your favorite?
Yeah, that's always
superpower, by the way.
I can't tell you.
It'll
give too much away. If you really want to know, I'll give it to you in like a DM or something.
Put it in the private chat.
Something the public can't see.
Can't give away all my ideas. We were doing blue scale. You know what? We were talking about blue scale last time, and I realized the other day, I'm like, wait, the flashback scenes. Emilio's already like one step ahead of us. He's already doing it. Because all the flashback scenes, or when Doug kind of recalls the memories of the rage puppy, it's all in that blue. So yeah, he was already doing it the whole time. We're just catching up.
No, that's funny, yeah.
But yeah, then there was that announcement you guys had. If you wanted to talk about that,
we'll get into. I want to wait a little bit. Maybe wait till Matt Trin jumps in here.
Okay.
Don't want to.
I know.
I got to tease it as much as possible.
I know. I'm excited. I know Cody's really excited. The potential is huge. Then there was me kind of poking at one of our local comic shops. That was a thing this week too.
He's have you ever met Joe?
Briefly, I've never really had like a one-on-one with him.
He's kind of an intimidating guy.
Well, like he just from like the Twitter, like he has his stuff together. That was the impression I got, and he's basically like a yes or no, straightforward type of person.
He's straight to the business kind of guy.
Yes.
Yeah. I always forget to be more prepared than I am. One thing he asked me was about. I was like, he's like, I showed him some of the books, and basically, people who don't know, I went to go talk to one of our local comic shop guys, just introduced us and all that. I showed him some of the books, and he was looking through them, and then picked up Jack Irons. Was like, oh yeah, that's one of our most popular titles right there. And he goes, oh, so when you say popular, how many sales are you moving on this one? I was like, oh, right to business. Okay.
Yeah, because that's all stuff that he has to
consider.
Know and consider. Like I said, he knows what he's doing. So yeah, be prepared to answer as much as he asks, because then
Oh,
it
definitely.
shows
Yeah.
that you're prepared and that we've got what he wants.
Mm-hmm. So we'll probably come back to him and stuff. It'll probably be easier once we get distribution to come back and work on that, but that's for another time.
Yeah, and the other
So,
thing that we learned too is that he has that like mini indie convention that he puts on. So that's something.
The indie convention is gonna be really fun. I'm very excited about that. I'd love to go back and once he gets that going again, come by and just shop in and hang out. And we did a thing at Half Price Books. Me and Matt did a thing at Half Price Books once. That one was okay, but it was pretty slow.
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
Yeah. Have you? Yeah. Because it's like all they do is they give you a little kind of corner in the Half Price Bookstore, and they kind of like hope that traffic will come by, but for the most part, people don't really stop by your booth, from our experience.
But we do have 2 conventions. I think there was you guys are doing, and I'll see if I
SAC Anime.
can't join you guys for that since those aren't too far.
SAC Anime is the first one, and then that one's in September over Labor Day weekend. And then we also have, I think we'll also be at the Powerhouse, or at least I will be at the Powerhouse Comic Con. I think that's in October, maybe. That one's in, where is that one? That one's in Pleasanton. I think that's a place, right?
Yeah. You were saying Pleasanton. That's southwest.
I always get that one confused with Pleasant Hill.
Yeah, I do too. It's further south than Pleasant Hill.
Oh, okay.
It's like next to Livermore.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so those are the 2 that we have at least for now. We're trying to get a bunch more for next year. I'm trying my darndest to get us a convention spot in Nevada. So if you're out there and you know the hookup or you know the good convention out there, let me know, dude. Because I want to drive these fast cars, dude. They have these thing called
He just wants to go out there to drive cars.
I want to drive these damn cars, man.
Oh
They have this
man,
thing
that
we
is so
drive assisted. They have they have a guy who sits next to you as an assistant driver, and for like $200 or $300, maybe like I think it's like $300 or $400, maybe you can drive like several laps around this big racetrack in Nevada. They have the largest racetrack in Las Vegas, and I just want to fucking drive those cars, man.
Hey, you never know. We could probably pay them $100 extra and become one of those internet gurus too.
Well, I was thinking because if we film it, we could even make it a video on the website or something. But they have all the sweet cars. Like I want to live my Fast and Furious dreams.
Oh man, that is funny.
I do know someone that actually does the track days down at Laguna Seca. I think is what it's called, for Audi, and yeah, so.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty awesome, dude. I love that kind of stuff, man. But I think we're we've kind of had a good warm up here. Do you think we should go ahead and break the announcement? All about family. You're damn right it is. Damn right.
All we need now is just Tom to just basically crash through the live stream with his car somehow.
It's like, oh my god, he like breaks through my window. Oh god.
Those memes were like so hit or miss. Like if it was just the family comment, I'm just like, that's bland. But if he says something about family and then does something stupid with his car, that's what I'm looking for.
Even the ones where it's like he just says something about family, they're okay. But the ones where it shows him doing an action and where it's like that's right kind of thing, it's like, okay, those are just pure gold.
Like
the Bane one, it's like, what are you gonna do without your family? And he's like, family's everything, and ready to fight Bane. And I was just like, okay, that one is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I love how they get so ridiculous there.
Or I think the first one was him like flying in space in his car next to Anakin. That one was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's one where he's like jumping Jaws or jumping into Jaws.
Wasn't there? I'm sure there's some Jurassic Park ones too. When that news popped up.
Oh yeah.
That one was pretty good. There was one where he's like basically like barreling down Voldemort.
Oh my god, that's so amazing. But yeah, I was gonna say, should we go ahead and break the news now that we've been going for a little bit here?
I mean, that's up to you. It's your announcement.
Yeah. Let's go ahead
Metron's
and do it.
probably running a little bit late, so why don't we just break the news for everyone here? So we made an announcement earlier this week that we have some big exciting news, and we want to just let everyone know that we've been working on getting over the past 5 years of Wicked Publishing. We've been building up our lineup, getting more creators and more comics onto the team, and over the last several months we've been building up towards applying for distribution. And so we're going to be applying for distribution with several distributors, including, of course, Diamond, the most well-known and largest of the distributors, but others as well, like Lunar Distribution and UCS Comic Distribution. And we'll also be applying for others as well. And so starting from here on out, it's going to be a hard battle, uphill battle, but I think we've got what it takes. We've got a great lineup. And so hopefully we'll be able to get something going here and get a distribution deal going and start getting these comics out even to further places all across the country, and start going from comic shop to comic shop and just start advertising, getting it out there. So we're very excited about the possibilities of the future of what that could bring, of what that could help our creators get, what new heights that could help them reach and everything that entails. So just want to share that with all you guys listening before we release it out to the public. But yeah, very, very cool. Very exciting. And as I said, long time in the making.
Oh yeah, since the very beginning,
Yeah, that was always in the plans from day one of starting with publishing. We're ready now for it. We feel like.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes and see if we can't get some books into shops.
Hell yeah, because once you get into, I don't know what, I'm sure the other two have their version of previews, but once you're able to get your books into previews, it becomes so much more easier to get your book into comic shops because the ordering becomes easier for the shops. It becomes more convenient for them. You can start, going from shop to shop and pointing yourself out, introducing yourself, asking, hey, do you want to order these books? Where you can order through your distributor here.
Yeah, because I've seen
so much easier.
I've seen other, like publishers online, basically like, hey, go ask for this at the shop. Here's the distribution code.
That's right. That's exactly right, man. That's why it's so much easier and why it becomes so much more viable to get into new shops because of this built-in system. It's kind of like how we wanted to make it easier for a bunch of creators to come together and not be individual creators, but actually be a team under a publishing house. It's kind of like that. They make it easier for all the publishers like us to get our books out to shops and get them distributed easier. So it's like that next level up. It's so it's good. It'll be very good.
Yeah, and even to iterate this too, even though we'll be looking for distribution, it won't mean that we'll stop our individual sales to the direct customer.
That's true.
We'll still be doing that as well.
Definitely, we'll still be doing direct distribution to directly to customers as well. It'll just be another option for people to be able to get the work out there.
And conventions.
Of course, and we'll be selling conventions and excuse me. But yeah, no, it's very, very cool. So, yeah, man, that was the big exciting news. We just want to share that and wish us luck, everybody. We're going to be working really hard over the next. We've already been working hard over the last couple months, but got at least another month probably as we start to put these packages together and send them out to distributors. It's gonna be pretty awesome, though, I think. But yeah, man, that'll be interesting. With getting a distributor, of course, new changes will come. The way we operate may have to change slightly, but for the most part, we're going to stay the same. We're going to try really hard just to stay as indie as possible all throughout everything that changes. So, and as Cody says, we're really stoked for the potential. Could bring a lot of stuff and just open up a lot of doors and just keep helping us grow, which is what we want. So yeah, man, pretty dope.
Not only that, I mean, it can also help us not even just build the over overall company and the reputation of Wicked and its creators, but that'll probably allow us to really start opening some more doors for certain aspects of I wouldn't say avenues, but different creators and different things that we can possibly start
True,
bringing up as
right,
well.
right, right. Well, yeah, can I tease about our other plans, Matt? This is like
Um,
for down the line, but can I tease
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. Let's go ahead.
So one thing we want to do down the line, maybe in the next couple years, once after we've established ourselves with our distribution and we can start bringing in, solid sales numbers, would love to, because I have a friend who taught Japanese in Japan for several years. He went to college for it, and I'd love to bring him onto the team as a translator and maybe try and make some connections in Japan and translate and publish some indie manga. I'd love to, bring them some sales numbers once we get distribution and show them what we could offer for indie mangas even in Japan. So I think that'd be cool. Just kind of find a niche market maybe that other bigger publishers aren't, trying to get at, like Viz or some of the other guys. So we have a lot of plans for our once we get distribution. That's just one of many plans. So that's why
That
distribution
Yes.
is so big.
that could
Huh?
be cool. I wouldn't
Right?
mind a Japanese version of Wrath or seeing
Right?
some Japanese translated Steel Cowboy.
Yeah, really though. I mean, it's true. There's already some people, Japanese readers who've read, Jack Irons and stuff. So it really is. It's a market that's I feel like could be. There's a lot of cross pollination that come. Like not only could we publish stuff from there, but you're right. I mean, we could bring stuff, our own stuff there too at that point. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of interesting ideas could come from that. So
I'm also interested in Spanish, getting a Spanish version.
I would like that too. I know Ebuy, he already has a Spanish version of Decimators, for example. So you might talk to him about it.
Yeah, I mean, like he wrote it in Spanish, I'm sure, and just translated it to
Probably
English.
true. That's probably true. But yeah, that's an interesting idea. That really would be cool. And talking to distributors. Oh damn! Now you make me think I should reach out to distributors overseas now, too. Huh?
Hey, maybe down the
Distribution,
line.
right? That's pretty interesting idea, man. Get all sorts of distributors going, man. But yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. I'm very excited about it, and so we'll be keeping everyone updated as we go. And I'm sure we'll be bugging our creators nonstop as we build out these packages, asking them questions and stuff. But of course, but yeah, like I said, we'll keep everyone updated and keep you informed as we get more information. But yeah, so what else you guys got going on? Anything else on the docket for this for the rest of the weekend?
Um, I'm personally working on some of the inking for the pages of Project R right now. I'm
Nice.
going to be finalizing a lot of page one and then moving on to page two right now. Some of the pencil work, unfortunately, that I had to throw away because some things happened to it,
Oh
unfortunately,
no.
like water, and it wasn't
Oof.
salvageable. So
Sorry to hear that, man.
no, it's all right. At least I can just use it as use the old pages as references and hopefully
That's
move on
good.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's good, man. Nice playing through the pain there.
Hmm.
That's how you gotta do it sometimes, isn't it?
Yes, yes, and at least from the other two chapters, I've learned certain things about where to be doing it and how to be doing it. Like I used to always go outside for everything because of where back when I first was doing art and comics, I had to be outside or inside my
Hmm.
garage because I always smoked and I'd be doing just normal things out there as well. So like it's been a little different doing everything inside versus outside.
Hmm. That's funny. I
But
feel like most people would say the other way around. They'd be like, "This is weird doing it outside."
for me, it was just a lot more better. I'd usually stand up and everything, and it would just feel a
The
little bit
lighting's
more
probably better
comfortable for
too,
me.
but more natural
Ye-
lighting.
yes, yes. Until it became nighttime, then that's when it's like, all right, well, I'm done for the day, kind of thing. But it's just been a little weird because it it like goes against everything that I used to do, but at the same time, it's made things a little bit easier, I should say. But it's just become a little wonky for me. So having to relearn certain things is a little bit more different.
Interesting, yeah.
But I will say I'm not sweating all over my paper and having to use a towel. So
That's always good.
that's always a plus right there.
Do you guys mind if I step out for just a moment?
Yeah, that's
looks like
fine.
I'm getting a phone call here. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, not a problem.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, it's like you work under a layer of saran wrap.
Well,
Down.
to be honest, what I used to do is I would have like this little like a little sweat rag basically, and I would used to like kind of just keep my hand with the towel on my forehead to make sure I don't sweat on the paper. And then sometimes I would actually choose to wait till nighttime to be working on it just to make sure I didn't sweat on the paper.
Yeah.
Because back where I used to live back when I lived with my mom doing stuff, I didn't really have room on her table to do stuff because that's where she kept all of her shit. So I couldn't do it there. So then I just migrated outside. And once when she started dating her boyfriend, it migrated into the garage, which was usually closed. So that's where like a lot of the heat would come in, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, this is is it worth it? And honestly, for me, it really
Yeah.
was for me.
There you go.
I'm bad.
All right.
I was bad.
There you
Hey,
go. Bandanas. That's what you should have been using.
y'all are talking about
Oh,
bandanas?
to be honest, I talked to my fiance about this when me and her were first meeting, and she's like, "Why don't you use one of those?" I'm like, "Nah, fuck that. I don't want to do that." And she's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm okay." All my friends wear bandanas, and some of them like used it on the streets, and it kind of left a bad image in my head when seeing their bandanas. So I was like, "No thanks, no
Well, I mean,
thank
just
you."
you don't need a red or a blue one. Just
Just get a green one.
No,
Yeah,
not
green.
even just saying that, but because they like to go out and just like hang out on the streets, trying to like hustle and do a few things here and there.
Don't
Some of them work
bandana
like
shame
drugs.
me, bro.
I'm not bandana shaming, but seeing their like raggedy, fucking dirty, filthy bandana, it'd be like, oh god, like I'm not a germaphobe, but that would bring in like that moment where
Hey,
germaphobes are like,
man.
oh god, oh no, thank you, no thanks. So for
Guys,
me, it left a bad image.
guys, wash your bandanas.
Yes, wash them. Jesus,
So, hey guys.
Funny.
you would be very
Hey,
surprised how
yes,
dirty
I was
those
gonna say
get.
Matt Trin just joined us. How's it going, Matt?
Oh, good, good. Just had some
Uh,
things.
What was that?
Oh, just had some things to do, but
Oh, it's all good, man. No worries. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
well,
I just wanted to say real quick, now that you're here, what do you guys think of the? Because I know you're a big Steam guy. What do you guys think of the Steam Deck?
it's interesting.
I mean, I've already got my Xbox Live, and I've already got the cloud service through that, so I'm good.
Really? Yeah, you're not interested, huh? It's not for you.
Yeah, it's like my cell phone just streams whatever games are on the cloud, and then I can just finish playing them there, go home, boot it up on my system at home, pick up where I left off.
That's funny.
I don't need any more hardware, you know?
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I hate to say it, but I
Mm-hmm.
pre-ordered one. They were only asking for $5 down, so I
Oof.
pre-ordered the mid-tier level one. I didn't shove out for the big boy, but I didn't want that little tiny one either. So I went for the mid-level one. My device will be ready in Q2 of 2022. So I will be waiting for about a year.
Well, at least you know when you're getting one, unlike these like
Hell yeah.
Series
Yeah.
X's and PlayStation 5s.
I agree. Yeah, I think it was such a smarter way to do it. Like, I'm surprised Xbox and Sony didn't try something like that because it works so much better. Like, yeah, I have to wait, but at least, you said, at least I know now.
Though I have to say the load times on the Series X make me laugh. I'm just like, and I'm in the game already.
It's amazing, isn't it, dude? And
Yeah.
the start time of the system is fast too. It has that instant on mode, and it is fast.
All these problems with the new consoles, I'm just so glad that I've always been the type where I'll give it 3 years. That's when I'll buy it.
But then you miss
Because
out
by
on the first
year
3
3,
years,
all
man.
of the hype of having one has really died, and
That's
it's like,
true.
yeah, that's the best time to really get it.
That's true. That's true. Especially nowadays. I mean, fuck. I mean, who can even get a console these days?
Nobody really.
Even old ones, it's kind of hard to get to because fucking scalpers want to like raise the price on that one too.
Yeah, I was looking at like the One X, and I was just like, these are starting to get hard to get now. Like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about resources, I think, because I just recently I just scheduled an appointment to get my windshield replaced, and I got a warning that said that I might have to reschedule based on whether or not they have the glass there.
Yeah, I think that's a problem that's getting less and less, but we'll see. I mean, if we can stay open and keep everyone working, then it should be a much smaller problem. And
I
then
hope
maybe
so. Yeah.
maybe I can get Diet Root Beer again, you know?
And maybe I can get my PS5 at some point, and maybe next year I get a PS5. We'll see. We'll see.
Man, I mean, because I've even heard the same thing with like getting digital tablets and everything for art and stuff, where it's like they're a little low on the newer things, and even the older ones are starting to be raised up in pricing because everybody knows that the new ones are starting to get a little bit low in quantity. So I just always find this a little funny that if you think that you're getting low on price, why raise the pricing? I mean, I understand scarcity, but maybe that's something I've just never understand with it.
It'll be funny. They finally get the Series X and PS5 out, and the next Xbox and PlayStation have been announced.
Well, you joke.
I bet you that's
like
what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I bet you that's what it is.
They're going to be like, now announcing the Xbox Series Z. It's the new. It's like the X, but way better.
Yeah, we skipped the Y. Don't worry about that.
Don't even worry about that one, bro. We got
this one's so new gen. You don't need the Y.
You guys are off just a little bit. They've got to make it sound similar to something already existing, so it's going to be the Xbox Series X1.
Oh no!
That can happen. That can happen.
Oh, God,
that is very true.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They just can't help themselves. It has to become even more confusing every time.
What do you guys think about Netflix announcing that they're going to do streaming games?
Oh, that's wild, dude. Interesting.
I heard about the Netflix DLC for The Witcher 3.
Jesus. I don't know on how that's going to be. I really don't. I mean, if it's anything like their Netflix adaptations, it ain't going to be good.
Well, basically, it's like it's going to be like the cloud, the Xbox cloud gaming, or what is that? The Google's, what is it called again?
Stadia.
Stadia, whatever. It's going to be like that. It's going to be streaming games, which I don't think works in and of itself very well right now. I like it as like a supplemental to my like consoles at home. So yeah, I'm comfortable with what I already have, unless it's something that's like a free thing that's already included in my.
That's what they said.
My service without increasing my premium, then I'll mess around with it, but I'm not paying more for it.
Yeah, well, they did. They apparently, supposedly, it's going to not cost any additional fees. It should just be all rolled into our current.
What will probably end up happening, though, business-wise, is that they'll say it's free, but it'll end up being your first 3 months with it is going to be free, and then they're going to give you the choice or just automatically enroll you into it.
Either that,
Yeah.
or they'll just raise the prices of the base price and say it's free. We're not charging anything, but we are raising prices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be it.
That'll be it.
But that's to me, that's blatantly fucking charging you for it. I mean,
Yeah,
come
they're
on.
basically forcing you to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, if people are like,
Jeez.
okay, I'd be like, nah, Netflix. No thanks. I'll just go to Twitch. Okay, at least Twitch is free to start off.
And it's pretty much free. I mean, you can pretty much watch anything on Twitch for free. I think it's just mostly unlocking like emoticons. I think, right? If you pay.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, that's why I would sit there and just be like, no, I'm gonna go to Twitch, man. I mean,
Yeah.
even probably like, because I mean, sure, it's different. You're just watching the person, whereas instead
True.
of
That's a
playing the
good point,
game.
yeah.
But it's to me, it's like if I really want to sit there and watch something about it or play the game, I'll go on my PlayStation. I'll see if there's a way maybe to crack the game on my PC if I can actually play it, or I'll do what I always usually do. I'll wait 2 years, and then the game is usually $20 by then. So then it's like, okay, I'll just play it then, and then I
Or you
keep
could-
the game.
Or we could just buy it at launch and play a broken game like the rest of us.
Yeah, no, no, thank you, man. I remember because the whole reason why I don't like doing that is because it was Skyrim. That's right, because Skyrim, even though it came out really good and really, really like perfect in some ways for the Xbox, on PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, at certain points, your game will just magically crap out on you. And it's not your laser, it's not your hardware, it's the actual disc itself, because the certain options that you did throughout the game caused this overload of data, and now your game is corrupted. It happened to both me and my friend Ray, and he was really pissed because it happened to his level 100 sneak thief, and he basically broke the game in 3 weeks, and then he could never play it again soon afterwards.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and the same thing happened to me, but because I took time on the game, it just took longer for it to happen to me. So, and that's why, like, I mean, yeah, sure, it was great, but then look at it on the PS4. Some of those bugs are still there, but most of them are gone. You know, and it took them, 5 years to get rid of most of that? So, to me, it's like, I'd rather wait for some games.
They had to get rid of some of the bugs for a remaster, I guess.
Not only that, for the VR to work, probably too.
About the whole Netflix and gaming thing, though, I wonder, like, are these going to be full-fledged games, or are these going to be more like Bandersnatch titles where it's like more narrative based? You know, that's kind of what I'm wondering.
It would be like full-fledged games.
You think so?
I'm curious what they're gonna have. But yeah, you can play like full-fledged like AAA titles. Like I can pull up my phone right now and play Destiny.
But how do you control
your like Xbox controllers? They're Bluetooth. You just Bluetooth them to your phone, and
so I guess that's my wonder. If is this for like people who don't have Xboxes and PS4s or something?
Well,
PS,
what I do is I just take a controller with me to work, and then at lunchtime I eat my lunch real quick, and then I just fire up like I've been playing like Octopath Traveler or like Darkest Dungeon.
Is this xCloud?
Yeah, there's just a Game Pass app on my phone. I open it up and I go over to the cloud section, and they've done all these games.
Now, is it just what they have, or is it also what you've bought as well?
It's just what they offer through the Game Pass and what's been added on top of that to the cloud.
So sometimes you do remote play, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, remote play doesn't really work unless you're on the same network.
Yeah, and when you're not, it sometimes has really bad connections.
Yeah, and cloud gaming, one of the big problems is what Matt said is connection. If you don't have a great cell phone connection, it'll get jumpy and spotty.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But yeah,
I usually hear, even with good connection, like the problem with a lot of the Stadia problem, or Stadia, however you want to pronounce it, the problem with it that a lot of people had was not just the games, but when you were playing the games, like the bandwidth issues and like the latency and the ping for the controller to the system of what you're playing on is sometimes really bad. Like you'll press it and then a second later it'll do the action that you did, and it's like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I will say I wouldn't do like competitive, like player versus player stuff on it.
Interesting.
But you know, like it's a fun little remote add-on to what I already have, and I'm not paying any extra for it. So, like I said, as a standalone system, I don't think it works. I think Xbox has the right idea where they're using it as a supplemental to what they're already giving you.
So that alone
that's
isn't
pretty
enough for you to
smart.
want a Steam Deck to get more, like you could pull out your Steam Deck on your lunch break and you'd have your full game there.
Well, I mean, I have my full game. That's what I'm already saying. Is like
But like you said, you wouldn't do it for like competitive stuff. But like the Steam Deck could be more like competitive because of the higher definition graphics and lower latency.
I guess, but like I'm still on a handheld. You know, like I'm gonna be squinting to see some.
Well, it does have a dock though. It has a dock just like the Switch, so you can connect it to the TV as well.
Yeah,
So
but
it is very interesting.
if I have a TV, I've got my computer. Like honestly, if I want to play games on my computer mobily, I'll get a laptop.
I see. So that's interesting. This tells me that this isn't necessarily for the people who are already playing PCs. This is trying to bring in the consoles people to playing PC games.
Right, but most of them are like, why do I need this?
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a lot of people who are
that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. That's why I've never been into the whole console wars or the exclusive games and bitched about those. It's more of like, for me, it's just I can play games, and it's separated on my computer, and that saves my computer for more art and more resources for the art. To me, it's always been better to have the console rather than a PC.
You can just open up the box and it's ready to go. No real setup necessary, and just the ease of it has always been something I enjoy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I talk about Xbox a lot, but honestly, I'm just with them because I like more of what they're doing for me right now. Other than like some sort of like, instead of like some like brand loyalty thing, like I'm never switching to PlayStation. Honestly, if they were doing things better, I'd probably be like, oh, maybe the next time I'll switch it up. But yeah, that's just where I'm at.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'll always say, playing a game on a PC is probably always going to be a little bit better than playing on console, because certain things can be fixed right away rather than having to like convert it to a computer code and then have to convert it to a console code. That's why like Xbox usually gets more updates quicker than PS4 or PlayStation, I should say, because they have to convert it to a whole different coding.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, totally.
And one of the things that they're talking about with now that Bethesda is a Microsoft Studios company, is that it's going to cut down how much they're going to have to like program, because it's only Xbox and PC now.
Okay, well that's cool. I like that. That's nice.
So hopefully that will cut down on the bugs, but we'll see.
We'll have to see with Star.
Yeah, we'll see with them.
We'll see. I'm not going to be like, yeah, this is the fix. No, we'll see.
And Bethesda's not usually known for fixing stuff.
That is true.
Though I was playing Fallout 76, and they've made some major improvements.
Yeah, I've heard it's gotten a little better. Yeah, from when it started, that's for sure. Yeah.
But I don't know if any of you play No Man's Sky, but that game, oh man, they're getting ready to. They just had a crossover with.
My buddy keeps telling me he really wants me to buy it right now.
Dude, it is really fun. It's pretty much at the highest point it's ever really been, especially with their newest update of Prisms, which updated their graphical system, their like planetary systems as well. They added new planets, they added more stars, they added more fauna and more flora to the planets as well for certain ones.
Nice.
And I mean, it's becoming more and more lively as time goes on, and that's really good for it. The one thing that I personally really want is to be able to find my goddamn freighter wherever I want instead of having to point somewhere in the sky and say, go over there.
Hey, Michael, just get Game Pass. It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah, I think it is. And then even if you were to get it on PC, Steam is doing, if you don't have the Game Pass for PC or just the Microsoft Game Pass, you can get it on Steam, I think like $30 right now.
Well,
Yeah,
if
that's what he was saying. It was on sale right now.
If he gets the Game Pass on Xbox,
He really
He'll
was going to get Game
automatically-
Pass.
he'll automatically get the PC. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah, because I think Game Pass works for both PC and console, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
but just not Steam, right?
Well,
Well, of course
depends
not.
on
It's a different
which,
company.
Depends on which stuff you go with. There's one for PC and one for Xbox.
Right,
Right.
but if you get Ultimate, which is basically his Xbox Live and his Game Pass in one thing, they give you the PC version for free.
Now,
the
supposedly
cloud.
they're going to be making Xbox Live free, is what the rumor I'm hearing.
Sort of. What it is the chat and a couple of the free-to-play games will be free, but there are going to be some things that are not free.
Like competitive multiplayer.
Yeah.
Speaking of competitive multiplayer, apparently at least at launch the Steam Deck is not going to support playing multiplayer games.
I'm not surprised.
Oh man, dude, that's probably gonna piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the software can't handle the anti-cheat software that those games utilize.
Mm-hmm.
So they're
Yeah,
gonna
it
have to
is.
come up with a new one.
I can download No Man's Sky on my PC, and I've already got it on my Xbox. So yeah,
You
it's on Game
son
Pass.
bitch.
I mean, like when you look at it, and I'm trying not to sound like a salesman, but when you look at it for the price of 2 games a year, I get like all these games, and then all my friends who have it have the same game. So it's just like, what do you guys want to play today? All right, let's download this and play it. Done.
And that's with the Game Pass.
Yep. In fact, you can try it free for like they usually have like something where you get like a couple months for $1. All right, let's talk about something else before I start selling like subscriptions.
Yeah, before we get a call from Microsoft, Scott being like, "Hey, you want to be a salesman for us?"
Yeah.
I mean, that might pay more.
So let's
What?
since
Maybe.
I'm a backer, I'm kind of curious how McKinnon Chronicles is going.
It is going pretty well. There is some delays on the pages, but I don't think it's going to be any more. If it's going to be late, it's not going to be any more than 2 weeks.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
What was the release date again? I can't even remember.
August. Next month.
August. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, either way, it's going to be within a few months, so. It's
Very nice, man.
where getting up. There's about 3 pages a week getting done. And the careers guide is going pretty well. It's more of a source book than a writer's Bible. So you're going to have information on the vaccines, the technology, and so forth.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I liked about it is it's giving something that we don't see in sci-fi a lot. The only thing I've seen recently that's done anything like that is what is that? I'm trying to think of it. It was a sci-fi show. Damn it.
The Expanse.
It's on tip of my tongue. The Expanse, yes. Like when they have to like vent their whole ship of oxygen when they get into a firefight because of explosive decompression, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's also used in the Honorverse where whenever you go into battle, you put on a spacesuit. Because it seems like common knowledge, a common thing. Put on a spacesuit, otherwise you're gonna get sucked into space. And die.
I mean, it's kind of like back in the Navy. Like when you go into battle, you put on your life vest because you might get knocked off the ship.
Oh yeah.
Where are these shows not following those?
Well, I mean, like Star Wars, Star Trek.
Star Trek doesn't do that.
They don't do that.
No.
They have like the force fields or
Inconceivable.
emergency force fields or whatever.
Well, also it wouldn't look good visually.
Our technology is so advanced, we don't have to worry about it, even though it always happens.
I mean, how many people will have survived the J.J. Abrams movies? If
I was just
they
about to
were
say that,
spacesuits?
dude. Like, don't so many people get sucked out of the damn ship in that movie?
There's always.
I mean, it'll probably maybe that's his point. Maybe he wants the human race to kind of go more extinct and quicker at a quicker pace in that universe than what they showed in the original universe.
You think they'd be like, as they're getting sucked out, they're like, I wish I was wearing a spacesuit. Like, really?
At first, it used to be, I wish we were wearing. I wish we had seatbelts.
I will say at least Guardians of the Galaxy had those little things that they put on them that like was basically a spacesuit.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah, a helmet that allowed you to breathe in space.
Yeah.
Retractable too, like Iron Man's helmet.
Well, I mean, they had it was like a little force field like patch that they would just like slap on themselves real quick, and then
it would put a force field around their head or something,
or on their body or whatever, so they could survive.
Isn't it supposed to be more like I think even in the comics they've done that a few times, where like when they do it, it's only supposed to last for a short amount of time.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It's an emergency like protocol type thing.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay.
Although I will say that probably the big reason why they didn't do spacesuits in science fiction before is because of how much it cost in terms of costumes.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that because I mean, when as a kid watching Flash Gordon, I even had the thought because it's like, wait, how come they don't have a lot of armor and if they're fighting in space, how are they breathing? What the hell's going on?
Don't think about it too much, man.
He's just wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah, and he's human. It's not like he's from their planet. Like, wait a minute.
Well, is it okay to spoil stuff from Fast and Furious? The new
No.
Fast and Furious? It's not?
No.
Oh, okay. We can't
Go
talk
ahead.
about it. Oh, okay. You're just joking. I was like, man, Scott's really serious about this, man. I didn't know he cares so much about it. Damn. No.
He's like, hey, I want to
see
see that family myself, man.
I think
there's
I'm
obviously
a few movies out anyway, so
I'm sure most people have heard by now that there's this thing about they go to space or whatever. But like, there's an article I was reading, and they were like saying, yeah, like, there was like, could this Pontiac really go to space? And they're like, when you're in the sun, it's like hundreds of degrees, and when you're in the shade, it's like negative hundreds of degrees. They would like have to have some sort of heat temperature, something to regulate the temperature, and so yeah, they would not be able to do that.
yeah, they would have been crispy or
yeah.
frozen.
Well, even going through the atmosphere, they would end up being fried and crispy. That's why when the Tesla was thrown into space, it wasn't anything like super spectacular. It was just inside of a spaceship, and then as it got into the atmosphere,
that's right. They dropped it out of a payload, didn't they?
Pretty much, and it just basically orbited around the Earth until it fell to
Is
the
it,
Earth, I
Paul?
believe.
It's not in the orbit anymore?
I don't know.
No, it's
Is
not
it?
anymore.
Which one?
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean,
The
I
Tesla
don't think something like that would be
was in
able
orbit?
because it didn't go high enough. That's the whole thing. It's not like
I
we're
assumed everything in orbit stayed up there. Doesn't like
No,
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 satellites
no.
supposed to
no.
aren't
We even
satellites
have a
supposed to
problem
stay
with
up there,
the
dude?
space station right now, possibly coming back from orbit, and we
Wait,
don't know what we're gonna do with it.
how do the satellites stay up there then?
They don't.
They don't. What do you
They
mean?
don't. They slowly but surely, because of gravity, come back to Earth.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. The only thing that saved the ISS is they had little jets that could help push them upwards a little bit, but they can't refuel it anymore. It's like the system's basically dying because it's old technology now. It's becoming too obsolete for
I
it.
didn't know about that. I just assumed once it was up there, like, oh, you're good, man. Don't worry about it.
Nope. That's only
no,
if you
no.
put in a special certain orbit.
That's
Oh, I
interesting.
thought that Tesla was like some sort of thing that they shot into actual space, not just orbit.
No, they
what do
shot
you
it
mean?
into orbit to show that you can do that,
Oh,
but
okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's the thing. When it's in orbit, that's why we have this fear that the moon's either going to go closer to the Earth, which we've actually done a lot of studies, and it shows that it's getting farther and farther away, meaning that it's now past our like Goldilocks zone of the orbit for its orbit. It's now getting further away. They even suspect that possibly like 1,500,000,000 years, anywhere between that time, the moon will be gone away from us.
We're just gonna chuck it into Mars.
Maybe.
That's all right,
You
dude.
never
We'll be
know.
on Mars already. It'll be like,
It
yeah,
might
dude,
go
that's
join
ours
us
now, bro.
It might go join Jupiter's moons.
Dude, how funny would that be? Like in the future, you're like the people living on Mars, like, yeah, that's our moon now. Suck it, Earth. That's our moon.
Well, we could also have the technology to keep it in orbit, since if the moon leaves orbit, it'll wreak havoc on the environment.
That is
Oh,
true.
God.
Yeah, this is very true.
Yeah, dude, it's so trippy. Like the way that the moon affects the tides and all that and stuff. It's trippy, dude. It is so weird.
Yep.
Science. Moon Wars. Yeah, Mrs. H says Moon Wars.
There we go.
Yeah, pretty much. Isn't that kind of what Destiny is?
Wait, wasn't that an episode of Invader Zim where they like found out planets were like spaceships?
Spaceship, yeah, and they did a big like space battle where they're fighting two planets together. That was a great show.
I mean, that is Transformers, really. You know, with two of them, the Cybertron, and then I think it's Omnitron or something like that.
It was like
Unicron?
Flip or something.
Yeah, Unicron. That was it. Sorry, it's been a long time since I watched that stuff.
They're coming out with a Beast Wars movie.
I'm interested, but I'm not.
Really?
Yeah, I personally, honestly think I mean, it's cool to see things from my childhood be made and for a new generation. That's cool and stuff, but at the same time, we need to just stop doing that crap and just start making new things and just hit the ball or just fucking swing and miss. You know, because that's the only way that things will start getting, I would say, creatively better. Because when, I can't really watch a lot of movies because a lot of them are just, I've seen this a million times. I'm tired of it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna bounce. I've stayed.
No
my
worries,
hour.
man. We appreciate you hanging in with us.
Hey,
man.
not
What's
a
going
problem.
on for the rest of the day? You want to plug where people can find you and all that good stuff?
Sure. You can follow me on Twitter. It's at Kishkumen, KYSHKUMEN. And you can pick up Wrath Chapters 1 and 2, digital and print, over on the Wikid Publishing Store. They will post that in the chat for you all. And see you guys later.
See you, man. Have a good
Later.
one, dude.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us. Then there were three.
And now there are two.
Oh,
Three.
no.
No,
Hey,
three.
I'm a person. I'm a person. I
Are you, though?
assume so. And
I mean,
I could
if
be
you
wrong.
didn't, that it'd be a little weird.
I could be a replicate, and I just don't know it. You know.
Okay,
It's quite
Decker.
possible. My God. That's funny. Oh man, they got to bring that back for another. I guess the anime is coming out next year, right? For Blade Runner.
Yeah, and
They're making a
there's
Blade Runner anime?
Yo,
and they're
Oh,
talking
wow.
about doing another movie.
really? I would love another movie. I really think, as much as people want to give crap to the new like Blade Runner 2049, I think it was really, really good.
Yeah.
It was beautifully shot.
Well, that's the
So,
director is known for.
yeah, he is. I'm excited to see Dune this in a couple months.
Yeah, isn't that from the same director or something like that?
Yep.
Yep. I think his name is Vince Villeneuve or something
No,
like that.
Denny. Something. It's a French name, so. And Michael just dropped.
Oh, yes, he did. What the hell? That's a little weird. Yeah, I never heard the director's name, but that's the one thing I knew about it, that it was from the same director.
It's gonna be really good. I'm gonna see it. I encourage people to see it in theaters if you feel comfortable going back to theaters, of course. But yeah, I think it's gonna be worth the theater experience. Don't stream it on HBO Max. Don't do it.
I don't think it's going to be on HBO Max.
I think it's. I'm pretty sure because I think the director was really mad about it. It's gonna be streaming somewhere. Pretty sure it's not just gonna be in theaters. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It depends on who the producers are. If it's something associated with Disney, then Disney is for sure going to be the one
It's not
streaming it
Disney.
on
I think
Disney
it's
WB.
Yeah, I think in WB, I'm pretty sure the whole for all of 21, the whole slate is going on streaming. In 2022 is when they stopped doing that. So kind of a lame, but
Yeah, I could see that.
But looks like we got a Neostar in the chat. How's it going? How's
Hey,
everyone doing?
Neostar. Oh, good.
Hey Neostar, thanks for joining us, man. How's it hanging? We're just chilling on this fine Sunday evening. It's evening for me. Nighttime for Matt, probably. I don't know. It might be a little too late to call it evening.
It would be 9 o'clock over there, right?
I believe
Yep,
so.
it's 9:04.
Getting
Okay.
late, babe. Oh, that's my dog. Sorry.
No problem. So what you got going on for the rest of the night, Matt? You got any late plans, you could say?
Definitely going to be working on more of the Careers Guide.
Mm-hmm.
Has that been keeping you pretty busy?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
A lot of it has to do, mostly has to deal with translating notes into something readable.
Yeah, I bet. Dude. It's like when you're writing your own, notes for yourself, you don't necessarily think about other people reading them.
Yep.
So I
Well,
can see
because
that.
you understand how you think, but others probably might not.
Right.
Yep. And some of it's also, do I want to keep this in here? Some of this in here because it might not be relevant for now.
That's fair, yeah. I can see that. That's
So-
cool, man. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. So I want it to be something that people I don't feel like they got ripped off of for.
Mm-hmm.
But
How many pages is it?
I'm going to have to cut it down, I think.
So too many.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It's funny.
there's a difference between too much information and just the right amount of the information.
True.
Yeah, that's very understandable.
Mm-hmm. Gotta walk that fine balance there. That
Yeah, but I'm working on, and really, this is more for how to make a story in this universe or create a setting in this universe, rather than here's something cool for you to know about.
Although it could kind of serve as both if you really think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I always liked reading through like campaign setting books for things that I was interesting. Like when I used to play Call of Cthulhu role playing game, I would read some of the other books just to get information on the world and kind of like all the mythos, and it was just fascinating to learn more, even if I wasn't ever playing to intend using it in a game,
Yeah,
which is
basically
kind of fun.
basically it's going to be a source book,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Yeah,
there's
so
going
it's
to
fun.
be additional source books where people
Oh,
to
okay, nice.
pick up
Maybe
because
some more specific stuff, huh?
because right now all I'm doing is covering the Terran Federal Republic and the Solarian Alliance, as well as giving them the rules for building their own ships and fleets.
Nice, man. Well, that's very cool. I think that's gonna be something the backers are gonna really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, hopefully they don't feel like they got ripped off.
No, I don't think so, man. I think they knew what they were gonna get in there, and so it sounds like you're really gonna be delivering what you promised on.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun to see
Yeah,
to
dude,
gauge
that's
their
awesome.
reactions.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see that here by maybe sometime around the next month or so as you start to wind down and we start heading to the printer and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Plus, there's also one thing for you guys: you get 2 books for the price of 1.
Hey, you
I
can't
mean,
beat
most
that.
people can. Yeah, I could not beat that.
That's a good deal right there.
What I plan on doing for it is to have it sold on the Wikid store with this, alongside the McKenna Chronicles book. So anyone who wants to try to build their own setting in the universe can do so.
Plenty of opportunity for everyone to get involved.
Yeah, but I will be putting on a mass production line for the copy that's sold in the Wikid store. So the backers will get a special cover that only people who back the Kickstarter and Indiegogo will have.
Very nice, man. Yeah, I think that's a nice way to do it. Give them a little more exclusivity there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, it's always a good thank you gift for people putting their faith in your project and everything else.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's very true. Well, that's very cool. That's great, man. I'm glad to hear you were making good progress on that front there.
Thanks. It's not, and I think this is gonna be the last late campaign I'll be a part of, because during a time I was working on comic and a campaign, I wasn't in a place to get all done all at once. So since I've got this new job, I can start paying for it ahead of time.
Okay. Well, very nice, man.
Yep.
That'll definitely make it go a lot smoother, I bet, on the next round.
Oh yeah, I think the next round will probably be about a year and a half from now.
Looks like you got the support of the chat here. Mrs. H says the indie Kickstarter exclusive covers is such a cool idea.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you want to do something that will be exclusive for your backers.
Right, that makes sense, man.
Yeah, show your appreciation to them for being a part of this since year 1. As well as I found out that there are a lot of people in the indie market who want to buy variant covers.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. Now, did you have a chance to see the art that I posted from Ori, the preview?
Yep. Looks very nice.
You catch Maisie's on there?
Yep.
Pretty
could I not?
Well, why don't you go ahead and show it off one more time?
You think we'll shoot off here on the chat?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Let's see if we can do that here. I'm not sure if that's possible on the mobile. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to go inside and get set up on my computer here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I decided a rare time to use on my mobile this time. But it doesn't look like they do a screen share on mobile, unfortunately.
Yeah, most likely not.
But in a few
I
minutes,
can go
once
on.
before we... What's that?
I was gonna say I can pull it up on my computer real quick and then just show my
Sure.
screen that way.
Yeah, that's okay. You could do it that way. Or if you want, you could, you know what you could do? If you jump on your computer real quick, you could join the StreamYard and just don't put a mic or voice on it, or a video or
Oh,
voice.
I don't.
Just
I don't have a mic on my computer.
Also, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have a camera on there either.
I have a camera, but I can
Disable
I can
it.
do screen share most
But
likely.
yeah, sweet. Yeah, just do that. Jump on there and screen share it, and the preview's in the Twitter chat if you need to find it. So it should just be a few minutes to get that preview up here. But yeah, it's dope. It's this new art piece by Ori, who it just shows a ton of the characters from Wikid Publishing, almost all the main characters, but not quite all, but quite a few of them. There is one main character from every creator on there. That's what we're trying to do, to represent all our creators, make sure they were all covered there. The only characters that are not on there is Kiyoshi, who's the protagonist of Blood Ties, and then is that it? Maybe. Nicole didn't make it on this time. She was from Scott's comic, but he has, of course, Doug on there. But I think pretty much everyone else is on there. Can't really think of any. It's basically just people who have more than one comic out right now. But for the most part, I think more creators really are focusing on their main series. So.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got the Wikid mascot on it. And it's got my new character, my new cyberpunk character.
Of course.
And Matt's got a character that some people may not recognize from a comic hit coming up called
The Keepers.
I was gonna call it the Timekeepers because I've been watching too much Loki.
Without spoiling certain information, there is a Keeper of Time in that story. So you're kind of right, kind of
half
not.
right.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
That's funny, dude.
All right, so let's see. Screen share.
So it says, are you signed in under me?
It just capital Wikid. I just thought of something real quick.
Really? Are you at the stream yet?
Yeah, I'm in the stream.
Oh, it won't let me add you.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh wait, there it is. Okay.
Probably because I was setting up the screen share.
Yeah,
so there we go. I got it sharing.
So let me make you the full screen. I think I can do that. Let's see. Full screen. There we go. All right, cool. So there it is. There's a piece by Ori. It's going to be colored later by ENR. He goes by Shades Alpha on Twitter. And the pairing of Ori and Alpha, they did the first Wikid piece that had the lineup that we had out earlier. It's on our website if you want to check that out. But we've changed. We've grown. We've gained a lot more creators. We've also had a few creators part ways with us, and so the lineup has seen some changes over the years. And so this new piece further better reflects our current lineup of characters and what we have to offer. And so see how many you can spot. This is always fun. We love working with Ori. He's got fantastical art skills. It's just really fun to work with him. And he just it's just really cool to see the whole crew of characters just lined up like that, man. So that's fun stuff right there. Ben, thanks for pulling that up, man.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it.
Yeah. Nice.
There we go.
Nice. And
But I mean,
then
and that just shows the 5 years in the making,
yeah, dude,
compared
really.
to the last one that we had, compared to now. It shows a lot of progress, and like you said, there were a few setbacks with some people leaving, but you know, hope for the best for them, and we've been able to grow, and I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
man. It's gonna keep
things
going
been
from here.
looking up. Hmm.
Keep on growing. Keep on going.
Yep, absolutely. Just got no matter all the setbacks, you can just still grow. I grow.
Yeah, that's right. It's a great line in a song I love. It's you what is it? Before you can do it right, essentially something like before you can get it right, you have to do it wrong the first time. And I think that's wise words.
Yep,
Well,
absolutely.
on another front, I'm currently finishing up with Barrels issue number 4. We have we're on the as I said, we're on the this is the last issue, so it's a mini series, just 4 issues. And I think it's the longest one we've done so far. It's gonna be at probably like 36 to 40 pages, I think is what it came out to be. I just added a new page to it even. But it's a beefy one. But it's almost done. I
Okay,
think it's got like 7 pages left in production. Something like that.
that's really
And then
good.
it'll be done for good, yeah.
How about Endemic? How is that one going?
And Devin's coming along great. We're that one moves along like a machine as always. I think right now he's working on like issue I want to say like 5 or 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So like we have a ton of back issues already ready to go. Like I think issue then 3. I think it may be ready to go. It might need to be lettered though, but I have a ton of art on the back burner. And so Endemic is good. We've actually decided to switch it over to black and white. We're gonna do black and white now.
Okay. Okay.
It
And
just we feel the flat colors were fitting with the horror theme.
is there anything for that cyberpunk one you can tease about?
Yes, my Cybertrace manga. I am really excited to say I'll go ahead and announce it here that I'm working with a really, really cool artist for some concept art. Let me see if I can.
I think we might have dropped. He might have dropped because he might have switched over.
So the name of it is Art Elzia. If you know on Twitter, she goes by the name Art Elzia, Artelsia. And so she's gonna be doing a cover piece for the comic. Really excited to work with her. She's got some really incredible art, and so look for that coming soon. It'll be of one of the characters, the cyberpunk girl you see on the art we just previewed. And so that'll be coming soon. But I'm currently looking for a manga artist. So if you know anyone, shoot them our way. Send us a DM. I'm on the lookout. My artist couldn't do it due to scheduling conflicts, so I'm currently on the lookout for a new artist. And so just keep that in mind if you know anybody or if you're an artist as well. But yeah, man, exciting. I just love the cyberpunk comic. It's gonna be so much fun, dude. It is such a I feel like I've crafted such a fun concept. I just can't wait to start writing it and
That's good.
creating
That's good.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand that since I've been working on the Keepers again with some of its concept and how I'm structuring it. It has been a blast going back into it and getting
I
those
bet, Dean.
old concepts back inside of my thought for creation. And I was like, I really like this. I still really love the story, and I still want to do a lot of what I thought, but I think I need to structure it since a lot of time has gone by, and I'm not trying to make it more relevancy, but now I need to start from, instead of the present, I need to look at certain things as the past.
I know that's
in
so
certain
interesting,
ways.
right?
Yeah, because when I started the idea, I was like 18, 19, and then I fiddled with it for a long time, tried doing it, and I always thought that I could rework it and redo it. because I thought it was good. It's a good story, but I just didn't feel that it could connect in certain ways. Because there were a lot of people that I would talk to, and they're like, "Dude, that is a great idea. I would really like to see that." And I was like, "Okay." And some people they would connect, but not fully with it, and there would be some words lost in translation, you could say. And so that's what's inspired me to kind of go back over it and rework some of these things.
That's dope, man. I love that. Yeah, because that is such an interesting idea. Like when you wrote it, it was contemporary, but now it's like going backwards and kind of seeing what things were like back then, and then probably at some point you bring it back into the modern time as you kind of progress the story and move it forward in time.
That's kind of one thing I've been conflicted about. If I want to have it this grandiose storyline with a long timeline, or do I want to keep it more tame to where it's like a couple years, or maybe like the smaller time range, like maybe 20, 30 years, and there'd be like this time jump like most manga does, or if I should just kind of do like a straight shot throughout the whole thing, kind of more of what Romance of the Three Kingdoms did. And that's honestly a huge influence on how a lot of the story not necessarily progresses, but with all the different types of characters and all the different types of, you could say, multiple story arcs that would be happening.
I kind of could see the second one where like you follow the story from back when it starts then, and you follow every throughout, and eventually you'll cross the threshold from where you're at to where it's in the future, and that could be like the turning point of like, oh damn, now things are really getting, like world-wise, you wouldn't know where to expect after that, so it's kind of interesting.
Okay. Well, now that I've kind of talked to someone, I can actually look at it more of a clearer sight too. So
yeah,
I can
that's gonna be fun though, man,
because
because not many people know about the keepers. So it's good that us, start getting the name out there, because that'll be one people.
I mean, I
can in the future.
I can honestly admit that like even before me and you started working on Project R, that was the main story I was working on. Like on how a lot of people say McKenna Chronicles for Matt, and even with Jack Irons, the Steel Cowboy for Cody is their magnum opus. That's pretty much my magnum opus. It's the story I've been working on for the longest time.
And so he's kind of been preparing preparing himself for when he's ready to beyond that manga. And so it's really a lot of work going into on the back.
I even thought about doing like simpler art style like Naruto did. Where it's very detailed, but it's not with a lot of shading and everything. I thought about doing it that way, and I did it, and I was like, I don't like this. I really do not feel it conveys what I want. So I had to restructure the art style too. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. Yeah. Well, I think that sounds good there. I think we're going to start wrapping up here in another 5 minutes or so as we keep going, but we'll have a little more time here. But that's I think that's about it for my projects. I think that pretty much sums up. Did you have any other projects you guys are working on?
Not really at this time. I know there's one me and you were working on, but I think we'll save that for another time since we're a little low.
Fair enough. Yeah, I could see that, man. People just have to wait and see on the next episode. On the next episode, what's that? The Snoop Dogg song?
To me, honestly, I always think of fucking Dragon Ball Z when I hear next episode.
Oh, really? On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo.
Yeah, I always think of that.
Yeah, I love that guy's voice. He's great, dude.
Piccolo saves the day. Yeah, that's great.
I love that episode. That's funny.
Next episode, Piccolo is a better father than Goku.
Well, that I believe that. That I would believe.
I think most people believe that. I think even Goku does.
Oh man, that's good. Oh man.
But so while we wrap up, where's a few places that people can follow you, Matt?
They can follow me on Twitter at Matt Friend, and other than that, nowhere else.
All right. How about you, Michael?
Well, you can follow me on my personal side of things at NubGuy on Twitter. And I'll let you take the rest there.
Okay. Well, you can always follow us, Wicked Publishing, at Wicked Publishing on Twitter. I believe it's the same for Instagram, correct?
Yeah,
Even though we're
I think
not.
so.
Okay. And as a fair warning, we're not necessarily fully active on that one. We're more on Twitter. And for me personally, you can follow me at Matt B _ Zulos, SULOS for
Now, one
Twitter.
thing.
And yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say one thing for our Instagram. We're not as active on there, but something that we do that's a little bit different is we've been starting to post a lot more page previews, and so we hope to make that more of a place where people can see previews of the comics pages and stuff like that. So we're going to try and make that kind of the hub for that, and see if that how that works out there. So be on the lookout for some more page previews dropping there, hopefully in the near future.
That's
Yeah,
actually a very creative way of using multiple platforms.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I figured try and give some people something else, that way they're not just getting all the same stuff and whatnot. And of course, if
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, I can see
watching
that.
live online, live right now, we appreciate that. But the replay, we appreciate just as much. And if you can give us a like or subscribe, or point us in the direction of someone who maybe hasn't seen our work, share some of our videos with them, see if they like them. Of course, we have our Indie Spotlight series where we talk to all sorts of people, musicians, comic creators, writers, artists, all sorts of different people. Then we also have the Wicked Creator interviews where we interview our creators one-on-one and really dive in deep into their comics and their worlds and really figure out what's going on and all the nitty-gritty details. And then we also even have some gaming stuff. So, and even some music even. We have like some music track lists. So there's tons of stuff on our YouTube channel. Check out if you want to listen to some cool music or watch some gaming videos or just watch some really interesting interviews. We got all that stuff. And of course, we plan to bring out some more stuff in the near future as well. So please give us a subscribe if you haven't already. Be on the lookout for more videos in the near future. And we will see you all on the internet. We'll see you very soon. Take care, everyone.
Later.